Well, it looks like Erik ten Hag is what we call an elite manager. You know, every time you really believe that something might not fall through, you have to obviously have a plan B. And this is so much evident when it comes to the sign he's going to have to make. The only priority signing he made was Mason Mount. The next two, I think even Onana, but Rasmus Højlund was not his priority signing, and he missed out onto the defender he wanted, he missed out on the striker he wanted, he missed out on the midfielders he wanted, but his list is obviously endless, and he comes to revive his interest in Ryan Gravenberch. Welcome to United Matters channel. How are you guys? And where are you watching us from? I go by the names of Rock and David. Smash the like button, comment and share. If at all you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on the stories that we do upload in here on a daily. Today we are talking Erik ten Hag defending Casemiro on losing the midfield battle to Wolverhampton Wanderers. And lastly, we are going to touch a little bit of Ange Postecoglou coming out and obviously having what to say about the game of Manchester United and Tottenham Hotspur, but he has gone ahead and given Erik ten Hag his flowers, because every manager would love to have a very first season in a top team like Manchester United, like that of Erik ten Hag, that he has gone ahead to obviously have at the club. Now, before I get into this, let's see close to 400 likes in this video. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on the stories that we do upload in here on a daily. Now, let's first obviously talk about the squad members that have gone ahead to travel to London to face sorry about that. Let's first talk about the squad members that have gone ahead to travel to London that are going to face Tottenham Hotspur. Today we are having Onana, Dean Henderson and Vitek. Those are the three goalkeepers. Then Dalot, Aaron Wan-Bissaka, Varane, Lindelof, Lisandro Martinez. Look sure that is the defense. Casemiro, Scott McTominay, Mason Mount, Eriksson, Fernandes, Pelestri, Anthony, Rashford, Garnacho, Sancho, Anthony Martial. Those are the United players are going to have to travel for London to face that side of Tottenham Hotspur. And if you are very much observant, you are not seeing Harry Maguire into that list, meaning that he was not seen. By the way, the Manchester Evening News have told us that they've not seen Harry Maguire on the list of traveling players to London, but we are yet to confirm tomorrow when the game of football is really taking place. So we wait and see how that is going to pan out, but Harry Maguire is not part of the United team that is traveling to London. Now we go to the team, this story that Fabrizio Romano went ahead to obviously confirm that Man United are exploring the possibility of signing Ryan Gravenberch. Bayern Munich don't want to sell him, but the player has been insisting of trying for a Premier League move in the recent days. Ryan Gravenberch comes in through as Erik ten Hag puts on another midfielder on the cards. There are two possibilities that most of you have not yet gotten to know. He might come in through as the only midfielder, or else he might come in through alongside alongside Amrabat, because the situation at Man United is really uncertain for the following midfielders: Donny van de Beek and Scott McTominay. United are willing to sell both of those players if at all a very good price comes in through. For Donny van de Beek, they want £25 million, and for Scott McTominay, they want £45 million, because West Ham had gone ahead to put in a bid of £60 million for Scott McTominay and Harry Maguire. It was turned down by Manchester United. They called for something more, but West Ham said, we are not going to obviously pay £45 million for Scott McTominay. For Harry Maguire, they had accepted the £30 million, but what really saw this deal not coming in through was simple. It was all about was all about United not willing to pay the amount of money that Harry Maguire wants to obviously leave the club of Manchester United. So the first scenario for Amrabat and Gravenberch to come in through is when United sell Donny van den Beek and Scott McTominay. That is it. If at all they sell one, I think it's only Sofyan Amrabat who is going to come in through. And if at all Sofyan Amrabat feels like cannot wait until United get in the money to sign him and obviously gives green light to Liverpool, then Sofyan Amrabat will find himself in a position of really going to Liverpool, and United will obviously go for Ryan Gravenberch. But this is something I don't really fancy. I hate it to hear that we might miss out on on the guy called Sofyan Amrabat, because for me, he's the signing of the season. That is it. You know, before Casemiro came in through, people were not... Sorry, before Casemiro fit into that team like a glove of Man United, they are all very blamingful to the signing of Casemiro. That is old. We bought him £70 million. But after what he gave us last season, no one repeats that, apart from Yemi Carragher, who really speaks in his ass that one time Casemiro is going to be exposed, as if he doesn't know the game of football. You know, Casemiro needs another athletic moving specimen on his side. That's why Ten Hag had crafted this season that he might start it off with a Kobe Menu alongside him, because the Premier League is all about physicality. Talking about Sofyan Amrabat, he's one of those players going to come in through and obviously take us to the next level, and people are not yet seeing it. But I believe Casemiro is a very good player, and I think he needs Gravenberch by his side or Sofyan Amrabat. But why Sofyan Amrabat is supposed to be the signing first? It's because he can also play as a CDM, something that Ryan Gravenberch cannot play perfectly at Manchester United. Now, Fabrizio Romano went ahead and really said Manchester United and Liverpool called again this week to be informed about the Ryan Gravenberch situation. Understand ban position remains the same as of today. No intention to sell Gravenberch. Both Man United and Liverpool remain keen in case of last minute changes. That is it. Ryan Gravenberch is pushing this deal of Manchester United. That is it. He's pushing it left, right and center. The 21-year-old believes that he never got enough playing time at Bayern Munich and he needed some more. He needed to really get approval from Thomas Tuchel that he is going to obviously be given enough playing time. When you look at how Bayern played today, Gravenberch was not given any playing time. He started off on the bench, and the midfield had Goretzka, Kimmich and Jamal Musiala. You get? So the subs include Matthias De Ligt, Eric Max Chomting, Thomas Muller, Konrad Laimer and Matthias Tell. So he evidently has nowhere to play, and that's why he keeps pushing for this game of football to obviously find himself in a position of leaving the club of Bayern Munich. But Bayern is insisting that we don't want to sell the player. Maybe it's their plan to obviously see themselves go all out to the deadline and obviously getting the money they want. Remember, they bought him for 25 million euros from Ajax, but they can obviously get 40 or 35 million euros from this player. So for me, I would be happy if at all Amrabat and Gravenberch come in for Manchester United to replace Fred, Donny van den Beek and Scott McTominay. I'll be very, very, very positive and happy about that deal. So if it doesn't go our way and we get in Gravenberch, I won't be pleased, because when Casemiro is away, we'll see something different altogether, because Gravenberch can easily play as a CDM, as a number 8 alongside Casemiro, and he can bring the physicality, the talent, the intensity. But when Casemiro is away, we don't have that player that can get us to the next level. And for Sofyan Amrabat, you know why I want the player? It's because he brings everything. He can play in a double pivot with Casemiro. He can obviously play as a single pivot alongside any other player in that midfield. And if at all we get in Gravenberch too, with Sofian Amrabat, that will be well for Manchester United, and the competition will be really huge for this club, and that shows you that levels would have gone ahead to obviously take the next level. Now, we all saw that the midfield was porous. To me, I don't believe that Casemiro lost the midfield battle when you're playing Wolverhampton Wanderers, because he was singly playing into that midfield. Not so. Now, Ten Hag on Casemiro exposed against Wolverhampton Wanderers, he said, I didn't see it that way, but he's definitely a new midfielder. We have to improve in this area. We have to improve. So I agree on that. So that is the best answer that you get from one of the best managers, that is Erik ten Hag. He believes, like me, I don't believe that Casemiro lost the midfield battle. Never did he lose the midfield battle when you're playing this team. He did his role, and others, like Mason Mount, never did their job. If Mason Mount did his job very well, wouldn't have had a conversation that Casemiro got exposed. That is it. But because he never did his job, that's why we're getting in stories like this, that Casemiro was really exposed. And Ten Hag also says not to eat and talks about improving the midfield, because we looked porous. That is it. We looked porous. There is no way Casemiro would have gone ahead to obviously stop three midfielders of Wolverhampton Wanderers that were physical, and their intensity was really high, and even their talent is undoubted. That is it. So that shows us that we should obviously go on to the basics and obviously not criticize. What we need is another physical, intensive midfielder playing alongside Casemiro. Something you cannot get in Eriksen, you cannot get in Mason Mount, you can get it in Scott McTominay, but not fully as you want it, because if Scott McTominay plays with Casemiro, you don't anticipate him to obviously do the CDM role when we really see Casemiro out or Casemiro needing a rest, because this time round Casemiro is going to almost play every game. Remember, he played close to 60 games last season, and you need a deputy like Amrabat to do the job. Now, the manager we are playing today, that is Ange Postecoglou of Tottenham Hotspur, has gone ahead and said the following on Erik ten Hag. He said, yes, I have a very good opinion of him. I followed him since his time at Ajax, and before that he built a great team here. He built a great team there. You can see that he has had an impact at Man United, a club where it is very difficult to have an impact since the departure of Fergie. So Postecoglou is really hitting the nail on its top, because he knows exactly what the history of United is all about. Ever since Alex Ferguson left, no manager has gone ahead to put an impact there apart from Erik ten Hag, because he has gone ahead to really impact the team, the board, the fans, and everything at the club of Manchester United. This time around, no transfer has been made behind his back. Yet after Alex Ferguson, every manager had a signing made by Ed Woodward, and he never wanted that signing to come in through, meaning that you never had impact at the club if at all the board does that. But Erik ten Hag has gotten in all the players he has gone ahead to obviously have. So that is it. Coming in for Postecoglou, a manager we're going to play at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium today. Their first home game, they drew away at Brentford 2-2 in their first game, and now they come to play against Manchester United at their stadium. I told you my prediction 3-1 in favor of Manchester United. So guys, your reactions onto United reviving Gravenberch interest are welcome in the comment section below. What do you make about Ange Postecoglou in there for you, giving Erik ten Hag the impact he has really gone ahead to make at Man United? And lastly, Casemiro, Erik ten Hag defending him, but calls for further improvement. I sign out for now. See you later. I cover you all in the precious blood of Jesus Christ. May the living true God bless you abundantly. Rokan David remains my name. My Muslim viewers and subscribers, Barak Lau Fikum. I'm out.